lonely one, do you believe in life?
Good morning. It's a tremendous honor for me to be able to stand here and share with you a glimpse of my journey thus far. But honestly, I can't stand here and take full credit because as we all have heard through some of the other stories, there's people in our lives that made a difference. And for me, that was my mother, the late Commander Gwen Elliott. My mother was in the first class of women to be hired for the Pittsburgh Police Department. And in that role, she became a trailblazer and an advocate for women and children and families throughout the city as well as across the nation. And as you all clap, many of you probably have been touched by her. She was so welcoming and open to people that her legacy still lives on, and she's been gone from us for 8 years now. One of the things that I want to share with you is my past and what made a difference in my life. It's so difficult at times for me to come up and talk about my mother because I often feel that she's here, but it's the values and the experiences that she exposed me to that continue to impact my life on a regular basis. At a young age, my mother, she left Pittsburgh and was in the Air Force, and she married and then she divorced. She returned to Pittsburgh when I was 1 and my brother was 4. And essentially she became a single parent. And then that meant that she had to work long hours. And we lived in a low income area, but at that time we really didn't know that that's what it was. And I was a pretty good kid, I would say, and I think she would say, up until I got to high school. And just like a lot of the young girls that come into our program, which I meant to mention, that upon my mother's retirement in 2002, she founded an organization named Gwen's Girls. It's a nonprofit whose mission is to empower girls to live productive lives through holistic, gender-specific programs, educational opportunities, and just experiences. And so I call myself the original Gwen's girl because, not just because I'm her only biological daughter, but because, as I said in high school, once I got to high school, I completely lost my mind, just like we feel like some of our young girls do today. And so by the time I graduated high school, I had like a 1 point something. Didn't qualify for Pittsburgh Promise if that would have been in today's time. And so I was, had no direction, and then I got pregnant. I was at my crossroads. What am I going to do? Right? I have to mention, too, my daughter was 9 months, and I got pregnant again. Yeah. So y'all said no judgment zone. So anyway, so within 18 months, 2 babies. 2 babies. So what was I going to do? You all know by now that that's not how the story ended, but what made the difference in my life? And again, I have to go back to my mother. At a very young age, she instilled nuggets of wisdom and exposed me to experiences that impact me still today. I can recall going to marches for women and causes to promote women in a variety of different career paths and just empowering women to, seek different offices, if it's political office or judicial offices. It was a time where women came together And it didn't matter your racial or economic or cultural background. It was true sense of solidarity. We need to get back to that. And that's what I'm purposed to do now at Gwen's Girls. So pretty much I enrolled in CCAC. I actually, one of the things when I was pregnant with my daughter, I said everything that I could, every resource that I had available to me, I was going to take advantage of. So it was welfare, WIC, Section 8, all those things that a lot of times women don't want to take advantage of because they don't want the stigma of, oh, that's not me. That was me. I used it to my benefit and enrolled at CCAC, studied nursing, graduated, and I had received my degree in nursing as well as associates in psychology. But back then, who would have believed that I would go on to Pitt to get a bachelor's degree in psychology, dual masters in nursing as well as in social work, and become a psychiatric nurse practitioner? I didn't believe, but my mother believed. Through all the situations that I went through, my mother never had a negative word or said a negative word to me. Now, she might have called up her friends and said a few things. But she always had made me feel that, I could do anything and I can achieve anything. And she knew what she instilled in me. That's why I believe she knew that I would go on to get my doctorate in nursing practice from Chatham University in 2014. And then again, here I am at a crossroads. And it really shouldn't have been, and I don't know what took me so long to make the decision, but the founding executive director of Gwen's Girls announced that she would be retiring. And so, I was on the board at the time, and so we started searching for people to come in. But God, my mother, just thinking about my past experiences, as well as my educational walk, and just the things that my mother exposed me to, who better to lead and to continue her legacy than me? So the takeaway message that I want to say is always surround yourself with people who, at the time when you don't believe in yourself, they believe in you and can give you the strength to keep it moving. So now I stand here today with the tremendous honor and blessing to be the executive director of Gwen's Girls. And we all have a story. We all have something that we can give back. And I encourage each of you to find an organization. You can come to Gwen's Girls because we need you all. But we have to give back. We have to advocate. We have to instill in our girls because they are our future. We talk about all the things that are going on in the community. It's our girls. It's the girls that are going to become mothers and that be the nucleus of the family that will help us to change and to mold a world that is safer and better for all of us to live in. Thank you.